Alright, so boom, rap sequels that nobody cared about. If there's one thing in music that everybody knows, when you get a hot song, you gotta capitalize on that success. Whether that be making a remix of it with a more established artist, whether that be making a part 2 of the song or something like that. But there are times where a rapper has done that and it did not really work out in their favor. For this video, I'm going to be showing you all songs that were made as a follow-up, a sequel, or part 2 of a popular song that this artist had, but the sequel track was nowhere near as successful as the original track. Some of these sequel songs in this video were so unpopular that you probably never even heard of these before. But y'all have heard of Cross Me by Texas rapper Zay from the Bay. Check out Zay from the Bay's YouTube channel, Apple Music, Spotify, and Instagram. Everything will be linked below. Now, let's check out some rap sequels that were not touching the original track. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion set the world on fire with WAP. This came out in the summer of the pandemic year, and this track opened up tons of conversations. Talks about how the song was a sexually liberating women empowerment anthem, how it made many ladies more secure with themselves and their bodies, not being afraid to show themselves. Some people were getting on Cardi's and Megan's ass, figuratively, about how they shouldn't be making music like this because a lot of younger girls look up to them. This record was a lot to unpack. But the song Bongos was released a few years later in September of 23, and it's nearly the same song as WAP. It's a very sexual record. The bars they rap about their lady parts are pretty much the same amongst both songs. The sexual lines in Bongos are more so from Cardi's end. Megan mostly raps about just having hoes hating on her, and yeah, she mentions having a fat ass, but the overly sexual stuff like nigga eat this ass like a plum, this pussy tight like a nun, better chew it up like it's gum, then wipe your mouth when you done. This is all Cardi doing this. I actually think WAP is a great song, but when I hear Bongos, I'm like, y'all pretty much made this song already 3 years before. And who thought the repeated bong, 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 bong was a good idea? Does Cardi B even have any songs that have a repetitive element that works in a good way? Because I also never did like that money, all I really want to see is the money, I don't really need the D, I need the money track. Cardi B is not really good at having repetitive songs. Now, I will admit that I'm kind of reaching by putting Bongos in here and saying it's not as popular as WAP because Bongos is not even a year old. It just came out in September 2023. So of course it won't be as popular or more popular than a song that came out 3 years prior. What I mostly mean is that the impact of the song is nowhere near as big. Like I mentioned, WAP was a whole wave of praise and controversy with how sexually explicit the song was. Within a year of that song coming out, it was everywhere. It debuted at #1 on Billboard. It spent a total of 4 weeks at #1. It stayed on the Hot 100 chart in general for 6 months. In its first week, it had 93 million streams, which set the record for the highest number of first week streams any song has ever gotten in Billboard history. Of all songs in the world that could have done that, a raunchy female rap sex record is the one that had the most streams ever in its first week. There's more things that I can name, but you get the point. WAP became an iconic rap song like instantly. But when it comes to Bongos, this song didn't do any of that. There was like no impact. People just looked at this and went, oh, Megan and Cardi got another song together? That's cool. And they just left it at that. Cardi claims to be dropping her second album in the beginning of 2025, and we'll see what happens, man. Bongos gotta be on that track list, because ever since Bongos, she's been milking the hell out of her other song, Enough. The past 14 uploads on Cardi's official YouTube channel are 14 different iterations of the song Enough. This is ridiculous, like damn, enough already. This second album better be fire since she's taking so long to drop it.
Can't let these niggas hold me back.
I can't let them hold me, I won't let them hold me.
Won't let these niggas hold me up.
The name of this track alone should easily give away what song this is a sequel to. Actually, that's the case for the remaining songs in this video. Y'all will know the original song off the bat. But I'ma say it anyway. Second Day Out was a sequel track to T Grizzly's First Day Out. I don't think people remember that First Day Out blew up thanks to LeBron James. There was an older Instagram clip that went viral in summer of 2017 of Baldhead Brian rapping the track, and this really helped the song take off. T recorded the track the same day he got home from spending a couple of years in prison in October 2016, and then he released it the next month on November 7th. The original music video of the song was also posted on YouTube on November 7th, but the video got blocked and has been blocked to this day, so it got re-uploaded on another channel 3 months later. As of now, this is still T Grizzly's most popular song. It's a Detroit anthem. It was T Grizzly's only song to touch Billboard for 6 whole years until he released I Don't Give a F with Chris Brown and Mariah the Scientist. It's one of the best examples of an artist using the Meek Mill Dreams and Nightmares formula when you start a song at a slower pace, rapping about your struggles and come up, and then you have a hard beat drop where you start rapping more aggressive. Because boy, there are some artists that have used this cliche formula and it has not worked at all. Ruby Rose even did this before. She has a mixtape called For the Streets, which is the most ironic name for a rap mixtape ever. But on the first song, Intro, she uses the slow build up, rapping about the come up, and then the hard beat drop thing.
You give a nigga too much power, he gon' turn and go ghost. Okay, I'm stacked up, racked up, back up on my bully.
First Day Out is so iconic for T Grizzly, it's actually to the point where I'm 100% sure that T gets annoyed when people tell him that that's their favorite song by him. Cause it's such a safe answer to say that someone's most popular song is your favorite of theirs.
It's crazy. But anyway, listen, aside from that, I gotta let you know, this is one of the first times where everybody in the building is a huge fan of you, T. I'm not even playing. My promotions dude, white guy, was like, you got T? Hold up, let me pull up. And his favorite song is right off My Moment, it's 10K.
Oh, yeah?
And this dude is like fresher cut than my french fries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do with you is I'm going to just sing my favorite song, okay?
Okay.
So if you want to participate, you can. If not, you know what I'm saying? You could walk right out. But that's just, you know, that's just me. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
Money long as what? Money long as 6 Mile, brick mall.
Pick her up.
Knock her back down, pull her. Yes, I slap dog. Yes, I slap girl. Yes, I slap.
loud.
Yes, I
slap her.
If he act up, yes, I can. Okay, sorry. That is my song right here, bro.
My dog.
That is my song.
Now, Second Day Out came out 4 months later after the original, and I think there's a couple of reasons why this song didn't take off as much. One, there was no viral celebrity moment that went along with it. If Bald Man Brian didn't make this video, literally T Grizzly's entire career would be different, because this song would have taken off in another context or never taken off at all. Two, it's a much shorter song than First Day Out. It's a minute and a half shorter. And three, simply the lyrics don't hit as hard. Many people will tell you that the simplest lines in First Day Out, from the being poor lyrics to the criminal court case lyrics, are so relatable if you've been through them yourself. You ever been inside a federal courtroom? Nigga, you ever went to trial and fought for your life? Being broke did something to my spirit. Asked niggas to plug me. They act like they couldn't hear me. Second Day Out doesn't have that. For one, he's singing on this bitch, which may instantly turn some people off who weren't expecting this from him.
When you all sleep, a nigga gon' be
When you all sleep, a nigga gon' be whoa.
Can't let these niggas hold me back.
And it's still a cool song on its own. He raps about losing his pops. He throws in a couple of lines about the court case and the robbery he got caught doing. But overall, it's simply not a hard-hitting track like the first one. And I guarantee you that 90+% of the people that know First Day Out have zero clue that Second Day Out even exists.
Now watch me while I walk, watch me while I walk, watch me while I walk.
I lumped these two together since they were both sequels to dancing songs. Starting with New Boy's I'm a Jerk. These dudes completely reignited the jerk and dance scene. It actually used to exist decades ago, but as the 2000s came in, people completely forgot the craze. So when You're a Jerk dropped in April 2009, it immediately started a wave of tons of kids dressing up in colored skinny jeans, got the fancy kicks, and there were so many dance battles in so many areas of people just being young and having fun. In addition to Cali Swag Districts Teach Me How to Dougie, The Rejects Cat Daddy, Audio Pushers Teach Me How to Jerk, yeah, You're a Jerk started a whole movement. However, starting in like 2013 and then especially 2014 and on, the New Boys went quiet. They had those couple of years run and then these guys just vanished. Pretty much the entirety of the mid 2010s, nobody knew what these dudes were up to. They wasn't dropping any hits, they wasn't doing any big interviews. Seriously, 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017, it was dead silence from Legacy and Ben J. And then finally, after so many years, in January 2018, we finally got some information on what happened to the New Boys when Ben J did an interview with Vlad TV. And he finally told his side of the story on why the group broke up and what his current relationship with Legacy was. So because of Ben J's interview, everybody started looking at Legacy like, well, nigga, where you been at? Are you going to respond to any of this? Like, where's your interview? And this man Legacy stayed in the shadows and said absolutely nothing until 4.5 years later, in June 2022, where he finally did an interview with Rhino from Long Live Serve, where Legacy even admitted like, yeah, this is my first time in my career doing an interview by myself.
He's here right now with us. Our guy, Legacy. So you've never done an interview before?
Yeah, it's been like 9 years. This is my first official like solo interview.
But here's the insane part. Before Legacy even did this interview in June, these dudes dropped part 2 of You're a Jerk in January 2022. And this song came out of nowhere. People didn't even know they were working on this. And people not knowing about this was for the better. Because, this song is a disgrace to the original. Legacy's verse in part 2 is so lazy. He literally just takes his verse from the original and changes a couple of words. Still cocky with it. Jerkin ain't dead like a zombie bit it. She still all my swag, still loving them jerkin songs like the new iPhone. Look at her and turn her on. The beat, of course, has the same jerk, jerk, jerk effects to it, but either way, man, this song did not need to be made. There was a little jerk dance craze going on TikTok a couple of years ago, but nah, bro. Y'all came out of hiding after nearly 10 years to drop this weak-ass sequel. Y'all should have stayed gone. But somebody else who is about to stay gone against their will is Silento. Boy about to go to prison for murder. But before he was out here allegedly assaulting people, Silento's song Watch Me was again another track that set the world on fire. Literally came out of nowhere in the summer 2015, and kids everywhere love this song. I'm sure a lot of us got memories already of our little siblings or our little cousins wanting to hear this song at family functions and whatnot. This song is 9 years old, so some of y'all watching this video was probably young as hell at the time, and y'all was the ones that was constantly bugging y'all family members because y'all wanted to play this song all the time. But unlike the New Boys who had a few hits before they went quiet, Silento immediately went silent after this song. We got the Whip Nene and then nothing.
And I know I didn't hear from you for a little while. It's just like, okay, so you made me Nene 2015. I'm like, catching all of it. And then boom, I don't hear nothing from you.
In an interview with DJ Small's Eyes, Murder Was the Case was asked why he hasn't put out any new music in a couple of years after releasing Watch Me. And his answer was,
I've been focused on my branding, which genres I want to try out, which direction I want to go in. And for the most part, all aspects that I can earn revenue from.
He was talking a little bit too crazy in this interview, by the way. Like, I get having confidence in yourself, but he was getting out of hand with some of the stuff he was saying.
My second single, I got Watch Me Part 2. I do have another dance song. And I have been touring different high schools, elementary schools, and they saying it's better than the first song. But outside of a dance song, I have more records that are way out of here. And I feel like I'm gonna have the best album in history.
I'm about to have the best album in history. It's just straight up delusion. This man really thought he was about to make a killing off of this music stuff. Part 2 was released in January 2018, and he then included it on his mixtape Fresh Outta High School that came out in August of that year. A lot of people have no idea that this part 2 exists because it's not even sniffing the popularity the original had. First of all, he completely changed the sound for part 2. And second of all, it's Silento, bro. Who in their right mind in 2018 was still thinking about Silento? The song has the same format as the first one. It's just, now hit the now watch me do the Man, I don't even want to know what this kid's other music sounds like. He had the nerve to drop another tape called Bars Behind Bars. I thought Ruby Rose naming her project For the Streets was bad, but this is just another level.
Oh, you know I'm cheating even when I'm wrong, bitch, I'm always right. I go to New York for the jury.
Boo, A Boogie, boo, boo. This man sucks. No, I'm playing. I don't think he sucks, but he is certainly in that category of I just don't see how he's as popular of an artist as he is. I remember a long ass time ago, in December 2020, I had found out that A Boogie had just as many streams on Spotify as Megan Thee Stallion with about half the amount of listeners. And I was like, who is listening to this nigga? How does he have just as many streams as Megan? Especially because WAP had just came out a few months prior. I was not familiar with A Boogie's game. I guess it makes sense though, because A Boogie was popping like 2 or 3 years before Megan even showed up. If anything, he should have more streams than her for that reason. But regardless, Drowning with Kodak Black is one of the huge reasons why this man is so popular. Released in March 2017 as the lead single to his first album, The Bigger Artist, this is pretty much an iconic A Boogie track. It's his second longest charting song, only behind Look Back at It. It's his #1 most popular song on YouTube with 210 million views. It's his most streamed song on the spot with 900 million streams. It's 9 times platinum, about to be diamond at some point. This is also the song where everyone brings up the infamous Kodak Black lyric. If you ever in your life watch a video or read an article or anything about what the worst lyrics in hip hop are, you are very likely to come across this line on this song by Kodak. Now fast forward 5.5 years later, on December 6, 2022, A Boogie releases Drowning Part 2 featuring Kodak again. It was a single to his album Me vs. Myself that came out 3 days later on December 9th. And if you haven't even heard of this song before, there's a reason for that. The song is nothing special at all. The only thing that this song has going for it is the name. It's already not that popular of a track, but it would be even less popular if it wasn't titled Drowning Part 2 and featured Kodak on here. The song literally came and went. It got to number 97 on Billboard and was only there for 1 week. Neither artist went crazy on this song, and not even Kodak had a bad line that stood out that you can make fun of like he did on the first song. Everything Kodak said on here was pretty simple. I'm ballin', I don't give a fuck what time it is, bitch, I'm going back to sleep. I'm sorry, I just don't see the appeal to A Boogie. He's nice on features, but his own work, no matter what song I hear, it's the same coming from the bottom lines or the same flexing lines. He doesn't even use metaphors in his raps for real. It's just very straightforward lines like, I just got that new blank, I'm rocking that blank, I just bought my bitch a Birkin, Tiffany, and blank. Yo bitch want me cause she saw me wearing blank. A Boogie has the same bars about the same things all the time, and y'all just eat it up and call it fire anyway. I will never understand.
Excuse me, miss, I'm the shit. You should come hang with me.
It's the rock in here, made back outside, got rocks and ears, PJs on the runway, young guy is. Dog, that original, excuse me, miss, what's your name, is a classic. Jigga did his thing, Pharrell did his thing on the hook and on the ones and twos. This production has always been clean. The original Excuse Me Miss was the 3rd single to the Blueprint 2, released in February 2003. And for this video, this is the quickest time that a sequel has come out. For all these other entries, Second Day Out came out 4 months after the original, Bongos came out 3 years later, You're a Jerk 13 years later. But La La La, also known as Excuse Me Miss Again, came out as a single just 2.5 months after the original was released. One reason why some of you may recognize this song, it was on the soundtrack to Bad Boys 2. Yeah, with my mans Martin Lawrence and Mike Lowrey. But truth be told, although I fuck with Martin, although I fuck with Mike Lowrey, although I fuck with Jay-Z, although I fuck with the Neptunes, you can keep La La La. I don't really like the song. Not only is it nowhere near as successful as the first one, that's why it's in this video, but it's nowhere near as good as the original. The Neptunes brought a different pair of ones and twos for this beat. This beat is totally different from part 1. It has way heavier synths, heavier drums, and it sounds like a jungle beat, like some tribesman was beating on instruments and made this. For me, this beat is way too different, and it takes me out of it. The hook, I think Jay was trying to be catchy, and it's not catchy to me because the beat in the back is too distracting. Memphis Bleak always smoking that la la la. Benny Siegel always smoking that la la la. Neptune's track smoke like la la la. Your boy. And the most important thing, actually, this song is barely about women. The first song, y'all know Jigga spends the whole thing saying, "Oh, come on, man, come get with me." She be having other girls in her ear talking about, "Nah, don't get with him, he a player." But I'm the Jigga man. She get a glimpse of me and she like what she's seeing. I ain't gonna let none of these groupie hoes play me, etc. On La La La, he doesn't even bring any of this up. There's like 2 lines about him having bitches in the whole song. Everything else in the song is about him moving weight, how if you try to mess with his money, he gonna kill you. I can't talk too much drug talk because the feds be listening to my music as well.
Who like me or who like you? That's gay. I ain't into liking dudes, no way.
And he got Diddy in the video. Come on, son. Nah, I'm sorry. This song is a disgrace to the original track. The beat is worse. The subject matter is worse. The video is worse by default because he got Puff Daddy in here. This is a song that I dislike more because of the title. It's already a mid track anyway, but it essentially being named Excuse Me Miss Part 2 takes it from mid to almost garbage in my honest opinion.
Skip all the singing, let's get right tonight, mommy. Alto, alto, hip it,